So we can knock off the BS. You have no plan.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't get married, you living on one income. How you gonna get to retirement and living comfortably in retirement by yourself on one income with a biology degree?
I think they're gonna get married.
Shit, you think this is gonna get married?
Why? Why don't you think I'm gonna get married?
Shit.
What up, what up, what up? This is Mike the Philosopher here with another ranking from Kevin Samuels. Check this out, y'all.
Hey.
Hello.
How are you?
So, I am well. What do you got for me? Is it over?
Is it over? I would not say so. Just because I think there's just too many people in the world for it to be over. You know what I mean?
What do you mean too many people in the world?
I mean, the opportunities to meet someone new, or someone who's
Where do you
willing to
live?
date. I live in Philly.
Most people don't live in Philly.
They don't. That's very true. Slim pickings here, I'd say. But in comparison, you know, if I travel, if I really want to meet somebody.
When's the last time you've been out of the country?
2013, I think.
Where'd you go?
I went to Spain.
Right,
I ran basketball.
So basically,
with
so
this
it's
group.
2000.
I was with. It was really
It's
fun. I was
2021.
like too young
right
today.
You're
Yeah.
2021 right now. And did you go to? Did you work? You said you were with your family when you were in Spain?
No, I went with this basketball group. I was literally there for 2 weeks to run basketball camps. It was not a trip.
You didn't pay for it.
No, I didn't pay. I did pay for it actually. Yeah.
You do realize that we can see you lying, right?
How much did it cost you?
But so I was 18 when I went. So the intention was never to go there to date or meet anybody.
How
So
much
if I
did it cost you when you went?
it costs like $2,000
You ain't been out of the country.
to stay there for 2 weeks. But again,
obviously, Kevin don't believe her. That's why he asking for a price, because you ain't paid for it. You don't. You just pull a price up. You know, don't just guess. Just pull a price up. And he wanted to see if she was gonna stumble with that. She said $2,000. I believe it, but he still don't believe her. Let's go in.
my mom paid for it.
So, no, see, what I'm trying to show is how unrealistic what you just said. I don't think it's over because of how big the world is, and you ain't never been out of the country on your own money.
Right, but if I wanted to, I could. Right, I was too.
Oh, so she didn't pay for it. She didn't pay for it. You ain't been out the country on your own money. I didn't, but I could. See there? So he did catch her in the lie.
Just lying.
Why lie? Why lie?
Too young back then. If I wanted to now, of course I could.
No, could you?
Yeah, I could.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a leasing consultant.
And in Philly, how much you making annually?
Enough to try if I wanted, but I think
I don't know what that means. Why? See, y'all can't get on here and play bullshit with me. You can't put it out there and say I can do it if I wanted to. When I ask you about it, you'll get vague. Then it's gonna be bad.
I just don't want to put my financial situation out there.
Well, then I'm gonna call bullshit, because then if you could, you would.
Well, I don't feel the need to because I feel.
You're a leasing consultant at apartments. How?
Yeah.
All right, you ain't rich.
Definitely not rich.
You're middle class. That's the point. See?
Yeah,
this is why things go bad, because there was no reason to come in here and make this situation anything other than a pleasant conversation. You start off
What's
with
not pleasant about it?
Well, when you start becoming evasive, when you say, I'll tell you what was unpleasant, because I don't think sometimes a lot of you black women realize how shitty you're being.
Right. I mean, you came in here, you start lying, you start talking about, what you could do, this, that, and the third. You're a leasing agent. at an apartment building, that's cool. That's cool. You're not rich. But and then when hard facts need to be known, you come with the vagueness, and it's like disingenuous and lying, and then you wonder why. You say men play games all the time. I don't want nobody who play games, but that's what you're doing. Like, for real, be honest with it. I mean, you came on his platform. Just be honest with everything. Look, I know some things you want to consider confidential. You don't want to put that information out there, but that's the risk you run when coming on a public platform. Now, if you want to do all of that, then like he would say, book a session. If you that particular with it, but if you know you ain't paying for his services and you come on his platform publicly, then just keep it real. I mean, that's the risk you take by doing that. I mean, obviously you can't do that no more, but at the time of this video, or the recording, she should have took all that into consideration and just kept it real.
You think being snarky and impolite is just normal.
Right.
Right.
So I'll tell you what was wrong. When I said, is it over? He said no, because of the opportunities of all the people around the world. And then I went to test that.
Yeah.
Have you ever been out of the country? Yes. On your
Well,
own?
I think you were
No.
assuming that I had exhausted all
Are
of
you
my
paying
options
attention to how
here.
you got there?
Well, I haven't exhausted all of my options here yet.
Are you paying attention to how we got to the snarky part yet?
No, 'cause I don't think I was being snarky.
Unbelievable.
That's the problem. You don't think you was being snarky, because being snarky and rude is regular protocol. It's been done so much that they don't even realize it's rude. At this point, it's normal conversation, but it's not normal conversation. Lying and stuff is not. Lying shouldn't be normal conversation. Funny, I once met this one woman. She wasn't from the United States. She was from another country. She told me, Mike, I don't like to be lied to. I said, that's fine. I'm not going to lie to you. Well, I don't have no reason to lie to you. Come to find out, she was the biggest liar I ever met in my life. It's like, stop asking for stuff you're not going to give yourself. That was a big problem of mine. Again, she wasn't from the United States. She was from another country. But she came to me like, I don't like liars. And she the biggest liar I ever met. That was just, anyway.
I think it would be different if I had exhausted all my options here.
Hey. That's not how this shit works.
How does it work?
You're about to find out real quick. You don't get to change the subject and do that. If I was talking about something, we're going to stay on that subject. Or you are free to strike up your own Instagram and talk about whatever you want to. That's rude. How old are you?
I apologize.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
And in Philly. And I understand. And Philly got some of the worst women in the world.
Wow, those are bars right there. I don't know if I would classify all Philly women like Kevin just did. I'm sure there's some love. Actually, you know what? I met a one woman who was from Philly, and she was pretty cool. We lost touch, but she was pretty cool. So shout out to the Philly women out there. Y'all taking it on the chin right now from Kevin, but you won't from me.
Get a hug, too. Come on. Yeah, girl, I ain't got nothing but love for you, girl.
Okay, so let's go back in.
Am I one of them?
So far, you're right on par. I'm proud of it too.
No, I apologize.
You ain't got to apologize. This what you got to deal with, not me. This is how you go into conversations with people you don't even know, just making it, pissing and shitting all over the place just because. That's cool. It was unnecessary.
All right, so let's talk about what you wanted to talk about then.
Well, 25-year-old, you got the floor. Go ahead, because I was going down the path, but apparently I don't know what I'm talking about. So you got it. Tell us why it's not over.
This is your platform. I'm just a
I've
guest.
already tried it my way, but apparently you got something else. So you go ahead.
No, I think I want to talk about what you want to talk about. people don't want to watch this to hear what I want to talk about. They want to hear what you want to talk about. So
Yeah, but you're a guest on this, and you did come into his platform. He can talk without you. Okay, he don't need you to run his platform. So you're here. Make the best use of your time right now. I mean, you called into the show, so you know, speak your piece.
I'll definitely I want to listen to that.
When's the last time you had a relationship?
Um, like 5 months ago.
How long did that last?
It was 3 years.
And who ended it?
I ended it.
Why?
I ended it because it was just becoming toxic. I think when I started the relationship, I wasn't ready probably. I don't think either of us were really ready. So it just kind of spiraled. So before we hated each other, we just decided to just get
What
out
does
of it.
toxic mean? Toxic is a buzz. Toxic is a buzzword that women throw around like men throw around entrepreneur.
Yeah, toxic. In other words, it's not the Disney fantasy is over. See, after 2 years, you can't fake it no more. The real you will have shown its face. The real you would have come out. People can fake it up until 2 years, and then 2 years, the 2 year mark, they can't fake it no more, no matter how much they try. And um, she said it lasted for 3 years. Well, I'm sure that 2 year mark things started to uh, show their face a little bit, and they didn't last that after that third year. But a lot of times, toxic means hard. It's just too hard, and I don't want to do the work anymore. The Disney fantasy is over. That's what that means. And modern, not just modern women, but modern people have a hard time dealing with adversity in relationships. Everybody is so quick to give up. Why? Because we have so many more options. We have, you know, dating apps and dating sites and social media and things like that. We have so many people around us. We don't want to do the work to keep what we have already. We'd rather throw it away and just get a new one. You know what I mean? It's almost like shoes, right? I don't want to wear those shoes. They worn out after a couple walks around the park. I'd rather just buy some new shoes. The consumption is not just in products, but it's in people too. People want to consume everything: products, people, experiences, attention. This is a consumption society we living in right now. I know that was too deep for rap, but I thought I'd have to say that to y'all. But let's go back in.
Sure. Toxic in the sense that it was just this cycle of hurting each other that we couldn't seem to stop. It was not healthy for either of us.
Okay. So what do you want? Do you want to be married one day?
Eventually, yeah. But I think that relationship kind of just
You want
taught
children?
me. Do I want
You,
children?
you,
Yeah.
how many?
Yeah.
See, a lot of times women are very clear if they want children or not, but a marriage and wedding, they're not always so sure about that. She answered the kid question real quick, but that marriage one, she kind of stumbled with that one. You know, people need to know that if you plan on getting in a marriage, and this is a lost art, plan to be in it forever. I know that sounds weird, right? But oftentimes, and it is on the women, they don't plan on being in a marriage forever. They want to hit the streets again. I don't know if y'all noticed, but at the time of this recording, Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey is not together anymore. Why? She didn't plan on being with him forever. She just wanted to be with him for a moment, to build her name up and her brand, and that was it. And now that that's done, on to the next. And with that being said, why get married at all? Men really need to think about this. Why get married at all? Because marriage is going to benefit you the least. It just is. Modern women don't want to be, traditional women. So, doing the things that a husband would ask for is not going to get done. Intimacy is going to be limited, probably. She's going to be seeking attention from social media. She probably will have a couple of your kids, and then divorce you, and then rinse and repeat. So. But anyway, let's go back in.
2 max.
So what do you mean eventually? You're 25,
Eventually,
right? You're,
yeah,
you're
I mean,
25, right?
yeah.
You're 25. So eventually,
I
there's
mean,
no
eventually,
eventually.
if
There's a time. There's a clock that all you women biologically have to deal with. So you can't just say eventually. There needs to be a time frame. You're
yeah, I
almost.
guess
So when? By what age would you like to be married by?
I guess I would ideally I would want to be married by 32. I'd
She just pulled that out of her rectum. She just obviously she had no thought about this at all. And there are, like, if people don't ask you this question directly, you could literally go your whole lifetime without thinking about this. You know, like Kevin asked her this question, she had to think about it, and she just pulled 32 out of her butt. Anyway,
say safely.
Uh-huh.
So
And how
yeah,
long
so
have you been married before you have your first kid?
for like 2 years. So I guess I would be married. I would
Okay, so you'd
choose.
be married at 32, 2 years before you had your first kid. So you wouldn't start having kids until you're at geriatric pregnancy, 35.
No, 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 no,
pretty
no, no.
much.
So I mean, I should have said ideally I want to be married at 30, have kids at 32, but be married by 32.
See, she thought about the kids first. That's why she said 32. She thought about the kids first. This is what I'm talking about. I'm not mad that that's a priority for women, because I get it. You got a biological clock. You got to have these kids while you can. I'm not mad at that. But marriage is an afterthought to a lot of women. It's an afterthought. It's, I guess I should be married when I have these kids. I know I want the kids, but I guess society would it would be more accepting in society if I was married, I guess. So, all right, let's back that number up. I was sure I wanted kids at least by 32, but since everybody wants me to be married, I guess I would have to back that up to 30 years old. How does that sound to you, Kevin?
For sure.
Uh-huh. So another sister that thinks that you should start worrying about getting married at the wall. 30 is too old for
I
marriage.
just want to be ready for marriage. I mean, I just want to be ready. I don't want to just rush and get married just for the sake of,
I would say this. Were your mother and father married?
They were. And my mom was she actually had me when she was 37. So, I mean, special case, it doesn't happen often.
Does your mother, how many children does your family have?
It's just me, which is why I feel like I need to have kids.
No, that now explains a lot. Only children, especially only children of the women, some of the most difficult, problematic people on the planet.
Whoa, y'all feel that? Just got real cold in here.
Listen, I don't really hate to agree with Kevin on this, but I'm going to have to. Only child who are female, they can be monsters. Okay, they can be very entitled, spoiled, not compromising, rude, disrespectful. They can be just a terror. And, you know, not just me, Kevin also knows this too, okay? This is a real thing. When females who are the only child, I'm not saying there's not some good ones out there. Yeah, I'm sure there's some one-offs here and there. But a lot of times, especially in the black community, if you're an only child and you female, you black and you it can be a disaster to deal with as a man. I'm just saying. Is it hopeless? No, but oftentimes it's a ratchet situation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why?
spoiled,
Oh.
selfish, delusional.
I didn't even see this before. I didn't even know he was going to run it down like that. It's funny, we came up with some of the same adjectives or whatever, but again, I haven't seen this before, so that was funny to me that he started running it down.
Okay.
Only child syndrome is real. So,
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
What?
Get an amen. Make it go a little faster.
Amen.
Thank you, baby.
So, what kind of dog do you have?
And the weird part about it is Kevin is the only child. I find that funny. He's a guy, but he's the only child. So if anybody would know, it would be him. I'm just saying.
I don't have it. I'm a cat person.
Oh, okay. Where'd you go to college?
I went to Drexel.
You have a graduate degree?
No, I don't have a graduate degree.
You plan on going to grad school?
It's not on the cards right now. I don't have plans to do it. I might.
Where'd you get your undergrad?
I would just. I went for biology and athletic training.
So here comes a hard question. Why did you go to college to become an apartment leasing agent?
Why did I? I think, as you move along in life, you just realize that you don't have, you're not married to whatever you went to college for. You can choose different career paths if you want.
What did you plan on doing with that?
I planned on doing athletic training, of course, but then I just realized
Athletic training for whom?
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like the trajectory of that career path just wasn't, it's not for Black women, really. I can't really level up to the level that I wanted to.
No. Nope.
I mean,
nope.
You don't want a hot box with the Godfather on this topic. I know too much.
it's just like,
It's not for Black women. Right. Okay.
I mean, because there are just some
When you
career
went to
paths.
school, the one thing we don't do is don't talk. When you went to school for biology.
Yeah.
Right. And you planned on being an athletic trainer. What does that mean?
So an athletic trainer is a medical professional for athletes at different
Why
levels.
did you go to school in
collegiate level.
kinesiology?
It's all kind of molded in the same degree. So it was a dual degree program.
Okay.
Yeah.
You went to become an athletic trainer at the collegiate level.
So once you get the degree, you have the option of doing it collegiately, sure. Collegiately at the high school level.
What did you plan on doing? See,
My goal was to do it collegiately.
all right. So,
But it takes time. It takes time.
No.
As far as job experience.
So this is what I mean. You can't.
This is why so many women are lost today.
This is gonna be another one.
Yeah, she's starting to make a lot of excuses, and only kids they get away with, kind of making excuses and having somebody else pick up the pieces a lot of times, not holding herself accountable. I'm sure Kevin is wondering why you're not in that profession, right? Why are you not in that profession? Why are you not doing what you went to college for? You spent thousands of dollars. Now, any guy that you look for, he's going to be looking at your college debt, and you're not even making the money that you could be making off of the degree that you went to school for. So now you want to recruit me as your husband, and help you pay for this education when you didn't even have to go there and to do what you're doing now. You didn't have to go there to do what you're doing now. So it's looking like a waste of money. The only way it could be worth it is if you're actually doing what you went to school for. Stop making excuses as to why you're not doing that. You're talking about it's not built for black women. Well, first of all, that's not true. Okay, there are black women who are, trainers and things like that. Second of all, why didn't you research that before you went to school for that? If that were the case, why didn't you do the due diligence and the research in the profession before you actually spent thousands of dollars to get that degree? Stop making excuses. And I think that's what Kevin's frustration is right now. But let's go back in.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
You can don't tell me what to do. I'll go when I get ready. Because I'm really trying to be polite to you, young lady, but I'm about to, it's not going to turn out too well. I don't know if do you talk to your father this way?
Unfortunately, no, but he passed away when I was young.
Well, you don't talk to me. I'm not your peer. I'm not your age. I'm trying to understand where your head is.
Right.
Because you went to school in biology and you're an apartment leasing agent. Talking about there's never too late to people all over the world. And what are you doing with yourself? You want to get married at 30, have your first kid at 32, but
I'm what?
You're
Are you saying that that's
unmoored.
unrealistic?
Nothing you said is realistic. You're not. You went to how much student loan debt do you have?
I don't have any debt.
Good, but you have a useless degree in biology. It's useless. You have no high income skill. That's why you're a leasing agent of apartments, because you have no high income skill. And if you don't get married, the amount of collegiate trainers is finite.
Yeah.
How do you plan on taking care of yourself until from here? How do you plan on taking care of yourself to the end of your days if your relationship problems persist?
Well, I guess the point is to learn from those relationship problems so they don't.
And how are you doing that now?
By taking time to kind of just stay.
Right, you're your own. So you're in charge of this process. The person who drove it in the ditch. See, this is what I mean, gentlemen, ladies. Women in general, black women in particular, have been allowed to go to school with no plan.
Facts.
Just go out and do shit. Act like time doesn't matter. Again, everything I've asked you about is time frame, schedule, and structure. And and if you just listen, it makes no sense.
Because the achievement is in the degree itself for a lot of, especially black women. Now, I'm not saying all black women move like this, but a lot of times the achievement is in the degree. It's not in the profession. She went to school for the degree in something she halfway likes. She got the degree. The job is done, according to her, because it's not about the profession. It's about the degree. It's a pseudo measure of success for her. So she don't have no college debt. That's good. Wonder how that got paid off. Maybe she got scholarships. I don't know. Maybe her mother paid it off. Maybe when her father passed or whatever, he left her money. I don't know. It's good that she don't have it, but you're still not making the money that you went to school for. As far as she was concerned, the job was done once she got the degree. The pride is in the degree and not the profession.
And how do you? And when I asked you how much money you made, you didn't want to tell because you ain't making. I mean, the average apartment leasing agent makes less than $50,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
So we can knock off the BS. You have no plan.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't get married, you living on one income. How you gonna get to retirement and living comfortably in retirement by yourself on one income with a biology degree?
I think I'll get married.
Shit, you think this is gonna get married?
Why? Why don't you think I'm gonna get married?
Shit.
Why do you think I'm gonna get married?
You know, is she going to get married? It's possible. It's possible she'll get married. But the problem is, will the guy that she wants want to marry her? Women think they have more options than what they actually have. Men don't have as many. Men don't think they have as many options as they actually do. I know that kind of sounds kind of, but it's kind of true. Men don't think they have a whole lot of options, but they have more than what they think. The numbers are just, I mean, it's a number thing. It ain't even really my opinion. It's just a number thing. I mean, there are more women than there are. And when I say women, I mean available women to available men. There are just more available women to available men. So that being said, men have more options than what they think they do. Women have less options than they think they do. And it's a number thing. You can't even really argue it. It just is what it is. All that being said, let me go ahead and rank her. Check this out. And there you have it. This young lady, she was a trip. Kevin really had to school her. You could kind of tell that she didn't really have a father figure in her life. I mean, Kevin had to talk to her like a father figure almost. All that being said, I would give her face a 5.5. And as for her body, I would give she probably got a decent body. I would give that a 6. And on to her mentality. Look, she still has a long way to go. So I gave her mentality a 5. Okay. And the reason I gave her mentality a 5 is because she just still has a lot to learn. She still needs a lot of guidance, and she needs some help in some areas, not a lost cause by any means, but she could really use a man in her life. I think she knows that, and I think she's set to get married. So for those reasons, I think she still has some potential for a total points of 16.5 points. All right. Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe. Let me know if I got something right. Share this with your friends. Let me know what they think. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
Who you talking to? You say what they want but can't. I say what you think but won't.